Hey, welcome to the fourth free video in the Serve and Grow Rich program designed to help you make more money in your current restaurant job. There's also two ideas in this video, but let's recap. We've determined that 98% of your income comes from tips based on gross sales, and it all comes through the customer. That you are the CEO of your own food services corporation, and understanding that you're taking responsibility for all these things, you now have an awesome attitude. Awesome. Now, when you're presented with your first customer of the day, what are you going to do? You're going to move toward them briskly and greet them enthusiastically. Good afternoon, Mr. McGillicuddy. I'd be more than happy to serve your party of 14 teachers who all want separate checks. My pleasure. Of course, you want to use whatever verbiage is required by your establishment. And think about it for a second. I'm a third-party trainer. Your corporation that you work for has determined that certain kinds of greetings help the customer experience. I'm just saying the same thing that millions of dollars of customer research has already proven. But I want you to include your personality. I want you to be smiling and happy and really mean it. Whatever your personality is, use it. If you work in a formal environment, get your Antonio Banderas on. Good evening. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Greet them. You are setting the tone. It's really an incredible power that servers and hosts and bartenders have when they greet the customer. They are setting the standard for the relationship and the visit. And people are going to act in kind. If you walk up and are unkempt or don't care, well then that's going to set up a very nasty 45-minute visit that will probably not end well. So keep this in mind. Set the tone by greeting them enthusiastically and quickly. It always amazed me when people would walk into a restaurant. If they weren't greeted within 5 to 8 seconds, they would get extremely nervous. People really start fidgeting as if they don't belong and they get uncomfortable. This is why restaurants pay for people simply to stand at the door. I mean, if you think about it, a host or hostess job is mostly downtime, but they just can't afford to let that customer have that bad experience in the first 5 seconds of their visit. So if you work in a place with a host, make sure you're the one that backs them up. Because sometimes if there's only one host and 3 parties walk in, those other 2 parties can feel neglected, even though there's no actual neglect. So greet them quickly, greet them positively. You are setting the tone for the relationship. This leads me to the second idea. When you greet somebody, look them right in the eye. Not like 2 baboons fighting over a kumquat. Not an angry glare. Warm eyes, like you're looking at a baby or an old friend. Eye contact is so important, and so many people just don't know how to do it. Especially in restaurants, you have servers and bartenders almost looking at the floor or looking at a right angle to the customer. The customer's right in front of them and they're like doing this, like, yeah, how you doing? Look people in the eye. It lets them know that you're a human being, that you acknowledge that they are a human being, that you are fully present and ready to do what needs to be done in order to provide food, drink, and, company, human company. This is why people go to restaurants. So look people in the eye in a way that lets them know that you're a human being doing a job and you understand that they're there to get something that they need. You establish the relationship by greeting them enthusiastically, looking them in the eye, and I think most of your work is usually done. From that point forward, you can go through the other steps in the dining and drinking ritual that occurs in every restaurant. And it's quite likely that you have made that customer's experience more memorable than those in the past. So I encourage you to take what you've learned about your attitude toward the restaurant business and start applying it in terms of real hard skills in customer interaction. That's it for the fourth video. Please join me for video number 5.